Despite my hesitancy, I went into Poppy Playtime really wanting to like it. It was the first big indie horror game that had come out in the last 3 years, so I really wanted to like it. Whilst FNAF is a series that I'm really grateful for having and do eternally love, and I am glad it's given me so many opportunities, a pretty big refresh in the indie horror scene sounded pretty exciting at the time, and I can't lie, I was pretty excited for this game. FNAF reigned as the biggest indie horror game for 7 years, and I wanted the 2020s to kickstart a new wave of indie horror games. So I was hoping that this would change everything and set us on a path for a new beginning with new characters to get attached to and a new world to get attached to. So I played chapter 1, it was fine, nothing special about it, but it wasn't bad. Maybe waiting a year and a half, everything will be right. So I did that. And 1 year and 7 months later and I still haven't clicked with the series yet. That is the same with many other people, and along with this undoubtedly dividing game, we also have a controversial studio behind it, doing some interesting stuff. And that's what I aim to cover in this video. Maybe more, I don't know, I haven't really thought about it. I did plan this out as a series, but I can't really be bothered. Oh well. This will be a fair and balanced review of both chapters 1 and 2, but also a look at the devs' interesting past as YouTube animators and how that influenced them into making their own mascot horror game. Let's not waste any more time, let's hop right into this. With the near release of chapter 3 of Poppy Playtime on the horizon, I think it's about time we go to the first 2 chapters to see where it all began. 2 years since the first teaser at least. But before we begin, this video is sponsored by no- no. We need to talk about the past. Let's fling ourselves back, shall we? Okay, that was a bit too far. Add a 13.8 billion years of history and we'll go to 2014. With the creation of this channel, Enchanted Mobs, ran by small-time animator Seth Belanger. Just some guy. What were you expecting, fucking Walt Disney? No bro, he's just a guy. A video wouldn't be uploaded for a further 2 months until April the 9th, 2014, with the greatest ever video being created. This would fundamentally shake the way that pieces of media would be made for the coming years. Okay, it's bad, but the channel would go on to do, like, not much after that until the release of a music video, Survive the Night. It was a music video for the song created by Mando Pony, a lovely person who I'm sure wouldn't groom any minors. But Survive the Night's music video would garner over 62 million views at the time of writing this. Fucking hell. But all further Minecraft animations would garner over 5 million at the very least. There's quite a bit of drama in between all this though, but I don't have the time nor effort to make that video. Dags has already made that fucking video if you're interested, so check that out if you're interested, it's in the corner. But first, look how fucking sexy I am. This all led up to May the 10th with the release of the first teaser. It's alright. It's not really scary, but it's definitely well animated. You're going to be hearing that a lot, so prepare for that. Poppy Playtime Chapter 1 was released on October the 12th, 2021 and is pretty mid. It's got nothing explicitly wrong with it, at least on release, but at the same time there's nothing that makes it stand out very much. But before I rip into this, I want to talk about the positives. The graphics have points where they look beautiful. The devs are ex-animators, so it does make sense why it looks good. The soundtrack's pretty good as well. The main menu especially gives me a warm feeling of nostalgia, the same kind you get from watching old TV shows and movies from your childhood. Good stuff. The character designs and animations, I think, do hold up. The character designs aren't great, but on the flip side, they aren't really bad either. If I could describe them in one word, it would be The story is kinda generic chapter 1 material of any indie game. It takes between 10 and 30 minutes and it's just dangling the possibility of excitement in front of you like dangling car keys in front of a baby. So the chapter starts with an intro cutscene where you presumably see a commercial from the 60s, I think. I'm saying that because they're selling Poppy rather than Huggy Wuggy, so I presume late 70s. No, late 50s to late 70s, what the fuck? So I presume late 50s to late 70s if I had to guess. I like this. Well, like's a strong word. I don't mind it, if I'm being honest. I am terminally ill with a horrid illness known as I don't give a shit about analog horror-itis. It's pretty rare, I can understand if you've never heard of it before. It's still pretty high quality, which makes sense. These guys animate for a living, it's kind of their job. I just wasn't expecting such high quality with a fucking mascot horror game when our standards are barely showing any movement, the running animation being pretty crap, and the other one being Garden of Banana. My Microsoft Word auto-corrected to banana when I was typing this, and I find that funny because I'm a inner child. Need I say any more? So we get in, and if I had to describe the game, then it feels like a mix between FNAF, Bendy and the Ink Machine, and Hello Neighbor. Now, taking inspiration is far from bad, but the only thing Poppy Playtime actually adds is the grabbing arms. I want to call him Mr. Hands, so that is what I shall do. Now, the most notable part of the game is my friend here, Mr. Hands, and it's really mid. Not bad or anything, but man, why? I really wouldn't care if it randomly evaporated at the beginning of chapter 3 because it's just sort of boring, though it has a bit more to do in chapter 2, so we'll bring back my hand. I've already got that. We'll bring back my friend Mr. Hands when we reach that bit of the video. So we enter here and watch another VHS video. Are you fucking serious? That teaches us how to use Mr. Hands in a responsible way. They really gave Mr. Hands some head, didn't they? Again, the animation is pretty good. I don't know if this was supposed to be the 80s then. CGI doesn't really work for me when you bring that into account. I imagine if it was the 80s, they'd use a 2D style rather than a 3D one, but that's just me being a massive fucking history dork. Because then we get Mr. Hands and set off on our quest across the land of... Oh yeah, we're in a factory, aren't we? And I know what you're gonna say. Are you really gonna take a scene-by-scene analysis of everything that happens in this game? Are you really gonna do that? And the answer to that is... I don't fucking know, I haven't really thought that far ahead. I mean, probably not. I don't want this video to be overly long, so let's just cut to the chase, shall we? High five, big man. Get the electrics working. Bingle bongle, dingle dangle, yickety doo, yickety da, ping pong, lippy tappy tootar. Oh shit! He's gone. Anyway, it's time to watch more tapes. Yeah, running theme, sadly. But at least we have more lore. The only thing these boys can actually agree on, overly complex lore that game theory can eat up like a dog with a stress eating habit. So we grab a second Mr. Hands, and then we go down some pipes like Mario and make a new toy. Maybe I can give this to my son. So I don't actually own the plush, so, fuck off. And then we go for a lovely walk with my son and the perfect way to open your Let's Play, a chase scene. It's alright, I guess. I don't like how robotic it feels. He feels like an AI program to walk in a pattern. He just sort of runs after you like fucking Jeff the Killer on hit Roblox game. Survival the Jeff the Killer. And then Mr. Hands fucking murders him in cold blood. And that's the game. 10 out of 10. Greatest game ever. Yay. And then we see the spooky red rose. Ooh. Oh, sorry, Poppy. Ooh. Another tape. And then we release the spooky doll. Oh no! So what's the thoughts on the game currently? It's pretty run-of-the-mill indie horror game with really nothing special to add. It's like a 5 out of 10, I'd say. I was certainly too hard on it in the other videos. I like to think I'm a lot more positive in the current times, especially with the Poppy fans seeing that video. Oh shit, I probably didn't think about that when I was making those videos, did I? Oops. I hope this video was a better one. Oh well, that's the end. You can leave now. Oh wait, there's more. We have a chapter 2 now, baby. But before we begin, merch anyone? Yeah, along with a mid-chapter 1, merch is already here, and not even a month after release. Jesus Christ. This merch is fucking everywhere. Not even a month after the release, these cheeky shits were popping up in stores fucking everywhere. Now I haven't caught myself any of the merch because I'm not a fucking degenerate, but it looks on par with other indie horror game merch. It's just kinda sad how I missed the crappy old Funko merch from 2016. How has it come to this? FNAF and Undertale merch released around a year after the release of the original figures. No, I fucking messed up the script, damn it. After the release of the original game, at least from what I can find. The other games, like Omori, which had merch released before the game had even released, have an excuse out of this. Omocat, the creator of Omori, is an artist and graphic designer first and foremost, and t-shirts and hoodies, jumpers, unlimited rice pudding, etc, etc is her main shtick, rather than game design, which she's pretty well known for. She's made merch for pretty notable brands like Pokemon and Hatsune Miku. I probably butchered that fucking name. So what merch does Poppy Playtime offer us? Well, we have Gay Huggy Wuggy. Okay, that's not all it, but it's just sort of kid merch. 42 fucking pounds, are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm sure it's no surprise, but this is yet another indie horror game that focuses on the child demographic, but the game is a fucking fucking yeah, I'm sure it's no surprise to literally anyone that this is yet another indie horror game focusing in on the child demographic, but being an R-rated spooky slasher horror fest. I could list off billions of these franchises. It's normal for indie horror games at this point to do this. Oh well, at least we have the Silent Hill 2 remake. Time to do the fucking Chapter 2 review, I guess. So, Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 is... What I was trying to say is Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 is fucking dreadful. Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 takes all the good parts of Chapter 1 and stomps it like it's a fucking mantis shrimp in a boat. Mantis shrimp are just so cool, I just had to use them in a video somewhere, come on, can you blame me? I don't want to waste any more time, mainly because this video is long enough, so let's just hop right into this stupid thing. And to get to my first gripe out of the gate, ew. This intro is worse than the last one.
Okay, we see the toy. Dang. What the freak are we seeing? I mean, props for the effort.
Even he doesn't think it's that great. Then we just kind of wake up. Oh, that's a bit boring. The graphics look nice, but good graphics are nothing without a good story. And boy, does Chapter 2 deliver. No, of course it fucking doesn't, you idiot. I just said it didn't, like, literally 10 seconds ago. Fucking lobotomized rhombus. I'm not gonna do what I did with Chapter 1, because unlike Chapter 1, this story feels like the main character is running from set piece to set piece, and it is really not good. It feels like the dev got out a notepad and wrote a list of things that they wanted in Chapter 2, and then just decided to make all of that and just add little hallways where you run from objective to objective. I get game development is hard, I've been around that park before, but it feels like not much thought went into anything about this chapter other than how much money can we make and how long can we stretch it out for. They even do the analog horror trope of CEO with his face censored out. Ooh, I'm just sick to death of it. It's really annoying. Just do something new for once, you stupid son of a bitches. At least Mr. Hands gets some grabbing action. He grabs a big long stick, and now you can swing on Mr. Hands' big line. Why are these here? Like, when they designed the building, did they go, oh yeah, when we get employees in this place, I want them swinging around the building like a monkey? Wow, how exciting. And that's all it really adds. And it wouldn't be an indie horror game without a chase scene at the end. Oh, I couldn't really care less. In which Mummy Longlegs dies. Oh no. Yeah, this character's really boring. I don't really care if she dies or not. Fuck off. Which is a shame. As I mentioned earlier, I wanted this to be the next wave of indie horror games. But to quote the 9th Doctor from hit show Doctor Who,
your wish is my command, but be careful what you wish for.
Oh look, I'm pressing my bad game switch. Because now we have the release of Garten of Banban and I'm not going to be covering it. Not because I hate the devs, not because I think the game is lazy. I just don't care. Fucking go watch the demuted video or something, I don't know. I just really have... I really just have nothing to say. This is really boring. So that's Poppy Playtime and... it's got its good parts, but it's like a milkshake. It's got its lumpy bits, and the lumpy bits really outweigh the good on this time. I don't know what I'm fucking saying. Oh well, time to go and drink a milkshake. What? No, hold on. What? Who could be at the... Nobody comes to the door. That's not...